Good evening and welcome to the UKSR F1 Round 4 from the Red Bull Ring, brought to you live on the UKSR Twitch channel, and as always using iRacing, the world's premier simulator this evening. So as always, I am James Parfit. Now we have had a change of plan. Hello Mr. Chris Hitchin, welcome in. There will be only one straight qualifying session this evening, and that's due to being 14 cars on the grid at the moment. So we are going to go for one qualifying session. You're doing 2 rounds of qualifying session. Okay, we're going to have 2 rounds of qualifying session brought to you this evening, so that should be interesting. Drivers 1 and 2, sorry, that's okay. You know, you let me know before we go live. That would be absolutely epic, Nathan. So we are going to go for 2 rounds of qualifying. So yeah, and then we go straight in, top 4 out, I presume, and then straight in to the top 10 shootout as always. So the bottom 4 will go out, and then we'll go straight in to the top 10 shootout. That's how we're going to do it this evening, guys. It's going to be an absolutely epic race as we just wait for the countdown to start. I will bring you up the current championship standings this evening. As you can see, we've got Dom Roberts out in front with Stuart Milne second, Fabio Faricoli is in third, Dylan Kinch in fourth, Reece Sanders fifth, Luke Barton sixth, Steve Grabowski seventh, Heiko Henzinger eighth, Gavin Petty is in ninth, and rounding out our top 10 is Mr. Chris Hitchin. Now, currently in the championship standings, we have got RG Racing in first on 52 points, with Pantomime Racing in second with 37, Goodwin in third with 36, Slow Motion Spinners in fourth on 27, and FSE Sports Racing Team on fifth, Team Ionic sixth, No Chance Period in seventh, We Went Racing on 8th, Crash Test Racing in 9th, and they round out the last of the point scorers. So it's going to be an absolutely barnstorming race at the Red Bull Ring. Corners such as Nicky Lauda, Remus, Slush Gold, round, and then Red Bull Mobile, the last corner on the track. This short circuit, currently one of the shortest grade 1 tracks on the circuit in F1, and literally they are going round in 1 minute 5 lap times. It's very short indeed. So we got about 13 seconds left of before quali goes live. So we are going to be going live very, very shortly. 3, 2, 1. And the pit lane is open, guys. The pit lane is open, and we got Xander Hill currently at the front of the queue. There is Xander Hill there for Slow Motion Spinners out in front of the queue in Q1. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to him as we head off around the circuit. He's coming up to Remus for his outlap. Slow right-hander uphill off camber, and then dropping all the way down the hill for the fast run down into Schlossgold before we head into the big bull section of the circuit. Round Roush, round Worth, and then for the double left-hander before we head out down into Rint. But as you can see here, we've got Xander Hill currently leading the pack off out in front before they go to double left-hander, round Worth, down into Rint. On the sharp run, with a little kink to the right-hand side before you go down onto the right-hander. There you go, round he goes, Xander Hill, and then down through the last corner. So this is Xander Hill's start of his lap. So Xander Hill, DRS wide open for the Slow Motion Spinners. Goes up into turn 1, makes it through, absolutely flying. There is a car in front. One of the RG Racing cars up in front of him at the moment. So we'll see if we can get onto the back of that. We're hoping that he will move out the way to allow Xander Hill to go through. On track at the moment, he is weaving all over the circuit, so we're hoping Xander can literally catch him and pass him safely, or the RG Racing car moves out the way and allows Xander to come through as he heads into the first part of the left-hander. So this is his first Rouse section. There you go, he moves out the way nice and straightforward. nice and easily for Xander Hill. Goes into the second part of Worth. Heading down into Rint now. Sharp, fast right-hander. And then down into RedBull Mobile, the last corner on the circuit. Before he starts to run down the start-finish straight, we'll see what Xander Hill can currently muster for us as he heads across the line. Currently got a 105.60, so that's interesting to see what 105.60 from Xander Hill. Heiko Hensinger goes across the line as well. Currently does a 107.22, so we've got Duncan Watts currently in pole on at 105.44. There is Duncan just coming out the pits with Stuart Brown goes across the line in at 106.97. Let's see what Stuart Milne can do. I believe we're going to have Tyler Oldham is going to be the next one across the line. There is Tyler for Crash Test Racing. It's going to be heading across the line very shortly, and we'll see what Tyler can do. DRS wide open as he goes across the line. Does Tyler register a time? He doesn't at the moment, so maybe he's got to go again and see what sort of times he can do. He can deliver in this F1 league this evening. Cy Anthony just goes out into pole on a 105.42. So here is Duncan Watts on a 105.44. You see on Duncan's dashboard carrying the speed through, 5th and 6th. All the way through. Don Roberts just does a 104.8. The ever-flying Don Roberts for RG Racing has just done a 104.8. So we see Duncan Watts round on his track. We've got Steve Grabowski coming across the line now. Currently on a 105.60. What does Steve deliver? He's going to be going into turn 1 on that sharp run up the hill, up into Remus. DRS wide open with DRS zones across, up from Nicky Lauda to Remus, and from Remus down to Schlossgold and down the start-finish straight. So it's going to be an absolute fly-home for these guys this evening as they head down, and Dominic Roberts is on a 104.8, Cy Anthony 105.42. Duncan Watts is going on a 105.44. Don Roberts has just gone purple in his sector, so it'll be interesting to see what Don can do as we go across the line very shortly, with Duncan Watts going round the last turn. Hugs the inside line, as you see he's on the red tyres, he is on the soft tyres. Trying to go, John Watt has just done a 105, Duncan Watts just done a 104.97. Oh, it's quick, but just not quick enough to get that Dominic Roberts there. See what Steve Grabowski can do as he heads down into the second to last corner, going down into Rint before he heads round RedBull Mobile for the last turn of the circuit. Oh, he goes into the pits to Steve Grabowski. To next on the track with Stuart Milne. Chris Hitchens, who's in 12th. He's going to be coming across the line shortly for FSE Sports Racing Team. DRS wide open for Chris Hitchin. Goes into 9th on a 106.7. So he's on an absolute flyer. What can Don Roberts do? Can he go improve on his time on a 104.8? Roberts goes across the line. There's a wide off track there, isn't it? He's gone off track. Let's see what Stuart Milne can do. For Goodwin currently on a 109.87. Mateus Mazzara is yet to go out onto qualifying. So it's be interesting to see what Mateus can do and whether or not he's going to go back out again. But here is Duncan Watts currently on his out lap. Let's jump on board with Duncan and enjoy the lap of the Red Bull Ring as we're heading up to turn 1. Sharp on the brakes, and now there he goes down 5th gear. Oh, off track for Duncan Watts there, unfortunately for him. So we go Nathan Willoughby and see what Nathan Willoughby will be able to do on track at the moment. Welcome in if you are here, much appreciated for joining us this evening. Don't forget, guys, as well to hit that follow button on our follow goal of 270. There goes Nathan Willoughby, goes round in a circle. Not ideal, but we're with John Watt heading round the last corner. 5th gear coming on at 105.37. See it on his dashboard there. It rounds up to 105.38 on the timing tower. So here goes John now for his lap. currently in 3rd place, keeps it on track, heading up the hill into Remus. Does John Watts for Crash Test Racing. Tyler Oldham, teammate. Hopefully these guys won't take each other out this week. Oh, John goes in deep. John goes in deep into Remus before heading down the hill, down into Schlossgold. Is that going to affect him his time? He's lost a few temps, I would have thought, as he goes down now into the intersection of Runshaworth. John Watt is quicker in his first sector than Duncan Watt, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. He's quicker again in sector 2 by nearly a second. Duncan Watt's going now for it. Hammer and Tom going into the second to last corner of Rin. Takes it down into 6th, little full throttle. Here we go now, power out the last corner. There goes John Watt, who goes across the line. What does John Watt deliver? Only a 105.36, so he is slightly quicker on his time, but not quick enough to replace currently the leader of Dominic Roberts, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a shame for him. So we've got Tyler Oldham. There's Tyler going across the line now. He's currently in 10th place. He is safe. Stuart Milne, Chris Hitchens, Stuart Brown and Damien G are not. Mateus Becerra has gone out on track and put it in 5th place. Absolutely barnstorming run from him. If you're not out on the track now, you're not allowed to be. As you know, we get under that 2 minutes. You have to stay in the pits. As I say that, somebody's just gone out on track. Under the 2 minute line there. It's not Heiko Enzinger has gone out on the circuit. Somebody coming out of the pits before Steve Kowalski. So it'd be interesting to see. That wasn't Mateus Becerra either, or Heiko Enzinger. We'll have to keep a close eye on that and see who that was as we jump on board. Chris Hitchin coming across the line. DRS wide open, currently on a 106.7. He's got to be looking and improving, otherwise he goes out, unfortunately, in Q1. So this is going in now for Chris Hitchin. This is his last chance to lose. He's got 46 seconds. This is going to be his final lap, I believe. I don't think there's going to be any more after this. As Steve Grabowski comes across the line. He's currently in 6th place on a 105.6. Does he improve? Doesn't. Unfortunately, Xander Hill has come across the line as well. In 9th place, Nathan Willoughby for Team Ionic on a 106.09. He's got across the line, so he's got another chance. But I think Chris Hitchin is going to miss out with just over 10 seconds. Yeah, I think Chris, unfortunately, is not going to get this lap in. Hi, Silent Racer. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Chris Hitchin in 12th place. He's not going to get any more laps in. He's got to be looking at improving now on a 106.7. He goes into 11th on a 106, but unfortunately we're going to see what Damien G can do. Damien's the only man that really needs to really up his speed, currently on a 107.2. Does go quicker, but he's only on a 107.13. So unfortunately, Chris Hitchens, Stuart Milne, Stuart Brown and Damien G go out in Q1. The only good lap I will spin to crazy out of turn 3. Oh man. Never mind. Never mind. You'll get it. You got to get it. You'll get this one. So not a problem. That is the end of Q1, guys. Chris Hitchin, Stuart Milne, Stuart Brown, and Damien G heading out. So let's see what they can do in the race, as these guys got to be settling on the back, on the hard, the medium, the softs, and the medium tyres for these guys. So we're just waiting for Damien G to get back round to the pits. And then we'll see how Q2, the final part of qualifying, goes. Top 8 are in the Q2. Top 8? Heiko Enzinger, Steve Grabowski, Mateus Becerra, Cy Anthony, Xander Hill, John Watt, Duncan Watts, and Dominic Roberts. So Nathan Willoughby, Tyler Oldham, Chris Hitchens, Stuart Milne, Stuart Brown, and Damien G are out. So it'll be interesting to see, as we're going to be lining up in the pits very shortly, how these guys are going to be lining up now. I believe that is John Watt at the front. That is, I think that is actually Duncan Watts at the front with his teammate Mateus Bezerra behind him as they line up for Q2 that starts in just under 13 seconds. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys can do to get the pole position ready to go for this evening. So we've got currently 14 cars on track. So we'll have to see what actually happens before, as we can get the race down to pole. There's Duncan Watts. I believe that is his teammate Mateus Bezerra behind him. So Duncan Watts has got out first. DRS wide open for these guys as we go into Q2. Top 7 are into Q2, I believe. Top 7. Top 7. Steve Grabowski, Mateus Bezerra, Cyan, Xander Hill, John Watt, Duncan Watts, and Don Roberts. So unfortunately, Heiko Enzinger missed out by nothing more than 0.16. So unfortunately for Heiko, they missed out on Q2 for pole position. So that's unfortunate for him. Right, here we go round Duncan Watts now. Let's jump on board with Duncan and follow him round this flying lap of the RedBull ring. Going for a time of around about 104. He's got to be looking at trying, if he can get Dominic Roberts on a 103, that would be mightily impressive. But we're going to have to see here what Duncan can do. But We Went Racing. The two of We Went Racing in the top 10. Duncan Watts and Mateus Bezerra, both cars are out on track first. So I have to see for him, Silent Races. Oh, I know, you have to make him a cup of tea, sorry. Just tell him he's done a stellar job. He's in 8th place. 8th place. Absolutely stellar. Go in, make him a cup of tea. James said you'll be fine. Right, here we go for Duncan Watts. Let's see what time he's going to deliver us as we go on track at the moment with Duncan. See the sector times on the bottom of the screen. Here is Duncan, he goes across the line. 104.73, so Duncan gets quicker and quicker and quicker. Let's have to keep an eye on what these cars can do. Xander Hill is currently going across the finishing line. So is Steve Grabowski. Here is Steve. What does Steve put in? 105.15. Absolutely epic move from Steve Grabowski. Cy Anthony still goes across the line on a 105.42. So they can go again, and Duncan Watts is in, getting done, ready to go again. Steve Grabowski still out on track. There is Steve there. Will do, yeah. Oh, Steve goes in wide, unfortunately, for him. But Cy Anthony is still going on track at the moment. So I have to see what Cy can do. He's got to be looking forward to Xander Hill. He can't be looking back, so he's got to be looking forward and try and get them times in as best he can. Unfortunately for Cy, he's got Dominic Roberts tucked right behind him. Coming down, there is Dom now, as you see the green car of RG Racing. So here is Cy Anthony. Cy pulls over as well. Jump on board with Dom Roberts. See what Dom could do with just over 6.5 minutes of qualifying remaining. And see if Dom can improve on that 103. Duncan Watts is out right behind him. There is Duncan there. He's been trying to catch him up to try and keep in the slipstream. His DRS wide open, as it is for every qualifier. But let's jump on board with Dominic Roberts as we head round for our lap. 103.94. He's got to be looking and taking that there. There is Watts behind. Let's keep an eye on what Watts' sector time is as well. Oh! Don Roberts gone round. Duncan Watts come out of the pits again. So we got Cy Anthony. He is there for Symfinite. He is human. Yes, Don Roberts is human. He's just spun the car. Absolutely flying on a 103.94 though, I'm not going to lie. But here is Siam Anthony for the Simfinit team. As they've so rightly pointed out to me that I keep pronouncing it wrong all the time. So we'll have to see what Siam Anthony can do as he heads up the start finishing line. Going across the line, he's been quicker, but let's see what Siam Anthony can do. Still on a 105.42. Let's follow him round his lap. Oh, he's following round for Siam Anthony's lap and see what Sai can do. And see if he can get what he needs to get up into 5th place. There is Xander Hill's time at the bottom of the screen there. See what we can do. Sai Anthony. Sai, keep it on track there, sir. Keep it on. Oh, I think he's backed out by the sounds of it. It's not his normal run, so I think Sai Anthony has, yes, he has. Sai's backed out of that lap. So unfortunately for Sai Anthony, didn't get the decent lap that he wanted and has backed out of it. So is Xander Hill. Let's see what Don Roberts, if Don's going to finish it off. See if Don Roberts can keep it on track now as we head down into Schlossgold. Be interesting to see how he gets on. He's not going overly fast with just over 3 minutes 47 seconds, I believe. He's currently just taking it cruising. What happened in Q, Chris Hitch? Off track to my best lap, then ran out of fuel on my last lap. Good job, Chris Hitchin. Honesty is a wonderful thing, and as always, we are joined by the mighty Chris Hitchin and Johnny Hitchin. It's going to be an epic race, Johnny. Stay in, get a drink, grab some popcorn. We'll see what your brother can do. We'll see how human Don Roberts is currently on a 103.94. We'll see if these guys can survive as Don takes the last corner. Here he goes, Don Roberts, wide open for Dom. DRS wide open. Oh, he's done it again. Oh, he did it again. Overcooked it, and unfortunately for him, that was another lap gone for Don Roberts. He's just not getting that corner right. That's going to allow him to get this car on track safely, and he's just unfortunately overcooking it, and that's it. He's just spinning it up into Remus and just not getting it right. But here is Mateus Pizzera from We Went Racing. Mateus, let's see what Mateus can do now. Currently in 2nd place on a 104.69. He dislodges his teammate Duncan Watts, who's coming round the last corner now. See what Duncan could do. Oh, he's no quicker, I believe. So Duncan's going to have to go again as we've got 2 minutes remaining. If you guys are not on track within 2 minutes, you cannot be leaving the pits. So we've got Xander and Sai Anthony in the next one. I think Xander Hill's had a problem. Oh, Xander Hill's had a big problem. Well, have a look at that. We've just finished on board with Sai Anthony from the Simfinit team. And he goes across the line, does Sai Anthony. Let's have a look and see what happened to Xander Hill on the in-section. Oh, takes the grass, round he goes. Nope, that car's not getting back from that, unfortunately. Xander there, into the pits you go, young sir. Don Roberts is out on track, as is Duncan Watts. The only last 2 cars on the circuit with just over 1:25 left. Need that Staying Alive song playing. 1 minute on this track, I believe. At least the bot last time said it at 1 minute, yeah. But the 2 front row, Don Roberts there. Duncan Watts has pulled out. That's Duncan Watts done. But let's see if Don Roberts is going to improve. Can he get this Remus turning correct? Because he's not got it right for the last 2 times we've been sat. Oh, wow. If there was ever a caution in Don Roberts, it was at that turn, at that specific moment. Don Roberts literally precautioned his way round that corner to make sure he got round there safely for RG Racing. Car number 44 goes on into the first round section. See, the ball is on your left hand side. There we go, round Worth. On the run out now, we've got a little kick to the right. There it is. Before we come into Rin. Down through the gear, down into the sixth. Let it roll, off you go. Same again. Don Roberts goes across the line. Let's see what he can do. Has he improved on his 103.94? No. No improvements for Don Roberts, but it looks like, did he get across the line in time to go again? Is he going to get this corner right? Because that was very... Not really. If you're going to look for a chink in his armour, this is Don Roberts. Thinky off track. Okay. That second, that Remus corner is a little bit of a sore point for Don Roberts, I think, because he just can't seem to get it dialed in as much as he would have liked. Don't get me wrong, he's on a 103.94, you know, 7 tenths quicker than second place. But he's just not hooking up that second corner. If we can put pressure on him, it might be just a little bit of a chink, because he knows he's now on camera. Don't blow it, Dom, now you've done that. There goes Don Roberts into the pits, and that is the end of qualifying, guys. So we'll just wait for the grid slots to come up, and I'll bring them to you on screen. So let's see how we get on. Don't forget, guys, if this is your first time here, please hit that follow button. We do have a follow goal of 270. That would be absolutely amazing if we can get that tonight. That would be absolutely incredible. And if you do like what you see and you like what you hear, you can subscribe using your Twitch Prime sub. And it goes a long way to making the broadcast, the channel, the Discord, the leagues all better for you guys. So let's have a look as we look at qualifying and bring you the stand-ins for the grid. And let's see, we've got Don Roberts in first place, Matthias Becerra in second, Duncan Watts in third, Steve Grabowski in fourth, John Watt in fifth, Xander Hill in sixth, Cy Anthony seventh, Heiko Henzinger is in eighth, Nathan Willoughby 9th, Tyler Oldham 10th, Chris Hitchin 11th, Stuart Milne 12th, Stuart Brown 13th, and Damien G at the back, unfortunately, in 14th position. So I thought that's bad luck for Damien there. So I have to keep an eye and see what Damien can do. That's such a shame for him at the back of the grid. Now, tyre compounds, guys, we will have a look at. And I will tell you, you can be able to see what tyre compounds each driver is on. You see Dominic Roberts on soft, Becerra soft, Watts is on soft, Grabowski mediums, Watt is on mediums, Xander Hill on mediums, Cy Anthony hards, and Zinger is on mediums as well. Willoughby on the hards, Tyler Oldham mediums, Chris Hitchin on hard, Stuart Mill on medium, Stuart Brown on softs, and Damien G is on the medium tyres. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see. I have to keep an eye on them and see what happens as we wait for Don Roberts to appear on the grid for this race, guys. Buckle in, get ready. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Let's hope we can get across the line with the 14 that we've started with. And we'll see what happens. We've got Don Roberts out in first there. Look for the lights at the top of the screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are going to be green with Don Roberts. Oh, at the back, spinner there. That was Cy Anthony, I believe, spinning off the grid. Oh, contact Steve Grabowski. Contact Steve Grabowski, Matthias Becerra. What happened to Cy Anthony? We'll have another look at the start from the chopper, and we can see if we can see what happened to Cy Anthony. Was battling all the way through to field. Heiko Henzinger is up an incredible 4 places. Stuart Milne's gone up. Matthias Becerra is off. There he is. He's sliding down the field, but we'll have a look at the start again in a minute. Steve Grabowski is going slow as well. I don't think his car's healthy. Stuart Brown, Cy Anthony, Chris Hitchin. Damien G is up 5 places. That's absolutely incredible. Stuart Milne is up 9 places. Stuart up 9 places from the start. Xander Hill is up 4. Heiko Enzinger is also up 4 as well. Silent Racer, your boy is doing well, but he's under fire from Duncan Watts. Duncan Watts goes through. Oh, it's put him down into 5th. Let's have a look from the chopper for the green flag and see if we can see what happened to Cy Anthony. He literally looked like he just over-throttled and spun the car. Yeah, wow, that was a very bizarre incident for Cy Anthony. And then what happened further back with Heiko, Nathan Willoughby? Oh, Steve Grabowski lost his nose cone. Tyler Oldham's there as well. So is John Watt. Oh, but Grabowski just went straight across. Unfortunately, lost his nose. But here was Duncan Watts under attack again by Heiko Enzinger on the run down into Slushgold. Heiko's got his teammate near him as well. There is Heiko Enzinger for Team Ionic. Nathan Willoughby and his teammate behind him, sandwiching Duncan Watts. Heiko back up into 4th place. Absolutely incredible for him. We've had Mateus Bezerra, Steve Grabowski come together. But here is Heiko Enzinger on the run down to get Stuart Milne in 3rd. Dominic Roberts is off out in the lead. There is Dom now. Xander Hill is in 2nd, 4 seconds back, mind you. But there's the race at the back. As you can see, Heiko Enzinger, Duncan Watts, Nathan Willoughby. Duncan's got the DRS. Is Heiko going to let him through to pick it up on the next run out? Oh, he got very close. He hasn't got it. Heiko didn't get DRS. Unfortunately, he's got to try and stay in the slipstream of Duncan Watts. He's got Nathan Willoughby's gone down the field. Whoa, there's a tyre going down there. Tyler Oldham, I believe that was. We'll have a look from Tyler's point of view as he goes up into turn 1, and we'll see what happened to him. Oh, Nathan Willoughby going slow. There is Tyler Oldham up in the air, right up the back of Nathan Willoughby, and then he got clattered there. Was that Damien G who clattered him? Oh no, Tyler Oldham up in the air from Nathan Willoughby going slow into turn 1. Tyler come out and just went straight up the back. Unfortunately, that's now got Grabowski, Oldham and Bezerra in the pits. Oh, wow. Wow, Heiko Enzinger on 5th place, trying to keep up to the back of Duncan Watts. Come on, baby, you got this. The end, Mateus Bezerra. I've been working on his aggression for this week. I'm glad he's got the message, but there in the back is John Watt running wide. So Cy Anthony going really, looked like Cy was having a bit of a bad time there. It looked like he was going really slowly. But there is Heiko Enzinger up 3 places. Stuart Milne is up 9. Absolutely incredible for Stuart Milne. 9 places. Right, here we go now. Stuart Milne has got Duncan Watts closing in behind him. Heiko Enzinger closing in behind him. Stuart Milne has got to get a hurry on. Because as you can see there, Duncan Watts is a little bit slower, but not by much. And we know Duncan's capable of getting in the 104, so Stuart's really got to be trying to get in there now. Stuart Milne for good win racing. In 3rd place, Sand Hill was up in front of him. Heiko Enzinger was behind Duncan Watts. There is Heiko there. He's got him now. Cy Anthony has got to be looking at recovering after that, well, somewhat quite questionable start, should we say, from Cy Anthony. I don't really know how else to put it, but I'm trying to be as polite as I possibly can. So Heiko Enzinger up into 5th place. Duncan Watts is in front of him. He's catching up to Stuart Milne. So I have to see what Stuart can do. He's currently on a 107.84. Duncan's on a 108.12. So Duncan is a little bit slower than Stuart. But Heiko has got Cy Anthony now closing in on him. So he's got to be looking at getting on with it as he goes round into Worth and then out onto the run. There goes Cy Anthony again. Oh, Cy Anthony has just gone, unfortunately for Cy, off track. Well, I suppose that's freed up Heiko Enzinger there. We'll have another look at the Cy Anthony and see what happens to Cy. Go on the replay, comes out behind Heiko there into the first section of Roush. And then he goes down into Worth. Oh, big snap. Oh, Cy Anthony for the Symphonite team. Just unfortunately, absolutely buried it in the wall. Duncan Watts now, well, it's quite interesting to see what is happening. I don't know what else I could have done there. By the time I noticed Nathan wasn't getting on the throttle, it was too late. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Nathan went very slow, and unfortunately that put him straight up the back of him. Let's see if we can have a look what happens to Nathan in this section of track. So Nathan goes round, he's on those brakes. I think he was just slow. I think he was just slow, unfortunately. And then you get absolutely mullered by Damien G, I believe. So there was Duncan Watts there. Heiko Enzinger has got John Watts right behind him. Heiko on the mediums, John on the mediums, the same tyre compound. So it's going to be a battle of the pit stops. John Watt getting DRS Heiko over Heiko now. As it goes up into Remus. Got on the gas. Get on the gas. John Watt isn't far behind you, sir. There is John Watts. Another bout of DRS for John. As we head down into Schlossgau before we go on to the in section. Ooh, Heiko get it under control. John is right behind you. Goes down into Roush now. This is the closest battle on track currently. We have got Duncan Watts catching up to the back of Stuart Mill, and I will keep an eye on that one. But it is just got under a second there. But here is John Watts closing up on Heiko Enzinger, who's going to get a big dose of DRS. That will start finish straight very shortly. Here he goes. DRS. He's got DRS. DRS wide open now. Is John Watt going to go and test Heiko Enzinger's reserve? Here's the move is going to be done, I believe. Heiko sends it out the inside, keeps the inside line. Big puff of smoke coming out in front there. That belonged, I believe, to Stuart Mill. We'll have to see. Duncan Watts past Stuart Mill, so we'll have a look on that one. Very quick. Oh, well. Oh, well. There was not much passing there from Duncan Watts. Not that was clean anyway. See if we can see that on board with Duncan. No, I'm just not going to get it quick enough, unfortunately. And that is Duncan Watts going into the back of Stuart Mill. Let's see if we can catch him now. Oh, look at that. That was just, wow, I'm not quite sure what happened to Duncan there, but he's got to be carrying damage. Nathan Willoughby went off track. Nathan Willoughby went off track. What has happened to you, Nathan? Oh, he goes wide, and unfortunately there is no grip there for Nathan Willoughby. Stuart Milne has crashed as well. Is that the result of Duncan Watts though? No, he's not. He's gone in the infield. He's done it all on his own. Stuart Milne all on his own. What is happening here in the F1 League? Current leader Don Roberts out in front. Xander Hill in second by about 14 seconds. Duncan Watts, Heiko Enzinger and John Watt are still on track. Chris Hitchin now is up into 6th place. Damien G is up in the 7th. Stuart Brown is up in 8th. So Willoughby's in the pits, Milne's in the pits, Anthony's in the pits, Grabowski, Oldham and Becerra are out. What an absolute chaotic Red Bull ring. And we've still got 35 minutes remaining. So, yeah, absolutely unbelievable. Same thing as me and Nathan by the looks of it. Yeah, Stuart Milne and Duncan Watts joining the back, but Heiko Enzinger and John Watt are closing. And they're closing fast with a big dose of DRS. Oh! Blimey, that was John Watt going up there. Heiko's going to get it again if he can get it. The DRS wide open. Did John Watt catch the DRS as well? He did. So John Watt and Heiko Enzinger closing on Duncan Watts. Oh! Oh no! Heiko allows Duncan to retake the position. So we'll give Heiko there for the sportsmanship. He allows Duncan to retake the position. But let's see if we can see that on board with Heiko Enzinger. Oh, unfortunately going in. As we come up here, we jump out. Big dose of DRS for Heiko Enzinger. Going up into Remus. Takes the inside brakes. Car doesn't stop. And around he goes. He just sits there. And I like this fact that he just lets Duncan Watts retake his position. I think that's absolutely great sportsmanship there from Heiko Enzinger and should be applauded for that. Absolutely incredible. Dominic Roberts is out in front by 17 seconds. Xander Hill is in second. John Watt is in third. And believe it or not, there is Mr. Chris Hitchin in fourth with Damien G behind him. Here we go, Damien now and Chris coming into Remus. No! Yes, silently went up into the back. What was right, surviving his pace is as good as winning. Yep. Here we go, John Watt is in third place, Tyler. Crash Test Racing. John Watt in third place. Chris Hitchin is in fourth. Damien G is in fifth. Absolutely incredible. Duncan Watts in sixth. And the recovering Heiko Enzinger is in seventh place. So that's absolutely incredible. He's allowed him to come back through again, which I think is needs applauded in his own right. Because he did let Duncan Watts retake that position after they had that coming together, unfortunately. Glad he's there and not me. I would have bottled it, yeah. Well, there you go. John Watt is up fast, though. I'm not going to lie. Chris Hitchin and Damien G and Duncan Watts and Heiko Enzinger are attacking. Stuart Brown is in the pits. Stuart Brown is in 8th place. I believe Nathan, there is Stuart Brown there for Symphonite. Tyres done. Out he goes. Onto the hard goes Stuart Brown. With a little over, I don't know, that's, still got 32 minutes. He's got to make that hard tyre last. Be interested to see, there is Dom Roberts just going past Stuart Brown now. Dom taking the lead, Xander Hill. John Watt in third, Chris Hitchin fourth, Damien G fifth, Duncan Watts in sixth, Heiko Enzinger in seventh, and Stuart Brown in 8th place. Stush Laps, Def, turn 1 Def. Yes, welcome in Stush if you are here for the first time. Don't forget to hit that follow button. Now go a long way to our goal of 270 followers this evening if we can. Stuart Brown is kind of doing the right thing now, just trying to stay on to the back of Don Roberts. But the real battle is here between fourth, Chris Hitchin and Damien G. Chris is on the hard, Damien G's on the medium, so Chris can go a little bit longer on that tyre. But Damien G's got DRS wide open. Didn't close it down. Heiko Enzinger, no! Oh, I thought this, no, he goes in deep. Heiko goes in deep, unfortunately. He's lost a little bit of time to Duncan Watts, sorry. But Chris Hitchin up to the dizzy heights of 4th place. Absolutely incredible. Stuart Milne from the race. Oh, sorry, Stuart. Didn't realise it was you. Here we go. Chris Hitchin has been really closed down for Damien G. For RG Racing, Chris Hitchin for FSE Sports Racing Team. Heading round Rin before he goes down into RedBull Mobile. He's held him off so far. Can he hold off Damien G again? But his run up to turn 1, Damien G, big dose of DRS. 25 minutes remaining. 30 minutes remaining, sorry. Quick maths, James, quick maths. And here's Damien G, big dose of DRS. Heiko Enzinger behind him. Duncan Watts has gone into the pits. Let's see how they're getting on. Chris Hitchin and G. Damien G's just got past Chris. Was that down into Schlossgold? Did I completely miss that overtake? No, Chris just pulls over and lets him through. Chris just pulled over and let Damien G through. Damien G take 4th place. Chris Hitchin down into 5th now. Heiko Enzinger could close up at 1.4 seconds. That's a very strange move from Chris Hitchin, just allowing him through. It's a bit weird. He was defended so well. So, and Miff lost the chance for another podium, yeah. Let's see if we can have another look at it, Stuart, for you. Where did you go? I think that was... I think it was Duncan Watts past you, just past you. No, that was a big boom of Duncan Watts there, right into the back. So that was basically what happened to you. Was there something else after that? Let's have a look here and see if we can pick it up for you. Go into turn 1, you lost it on the curb, and that's basically all she wrote for yourself, young sir. So that's a bit of a shame. But here is Chris Hitchin hanging on to the back of Damien G, only just, I might add. So Chris Hitchin now with Damien G in front, John Watt behind. Heiko Enzinger closing up faster than Hitchin by 0.071 seconds in sector 1. Let's keep a track of Heiko and see what he can do, and see if he can close right up to the back of Chris Hitchin. Comes down into Schlossgold now. Heiko's got to keep it on track. Sole remaining driver from Team Ionic. As you see his teammates ceremoniously there, Nathan Willoughby, crash out. There is Chris Hitchin. Heiko can see him. I do wonder if you get that driver's mentality where all of a sudden you pull out temps. However, Heiko is slower in sector 1, still 2 temps faster for the whole entire lap. But he is slower in sector 2. Didn't pick up DRS. Did Chris Hitchin get the DRS on Damien G? He didn't. So Damien G has opened up a gap of literally 2 seconds on Chris Hitchin now, and is closing down on John Watt, who's still hanging out in 3rd place for Crash Test Racing. Xander Hill still in 2nd. Well, Xander's just got to keep it on track. Dom Roberts with an absolute 28-second start. 28-second lead, sorry. Coming up to lap, Duncan Watts in 7th place. That's absolutely incredible for Dom Roberts. Dom Roberts coming up to lap Duncan Watts. Damien G in 4th. He's closing down on John Watt. Heiko Enzinger is there. He's closing the gap slowly. Chris Hitchin was quicker in that one. I wonder what happened there to Heiko Enzinger. Did he have an off track? Because he's lost half a second and nearly another second there. There's nothing showing up. What happened there? Heiko Enzinger is losing a lot of time. And he's losing it quick as well. Keep an eye on Chris Hitchin and see from the sector times. Heiko's lost a lot of time. A lot of time. He's dropped out to over 3 seconds now for being just under 2 at 1. It'd be interesting to see if we can... I'm trying to see if there's anything registered that would have said that. And there's nothing there at all. That really clarified why Heiko Enzinger was that slow. But there is Xander Hill currently in 2nd. Dom Roberts goes past Duncan Watts in 7th place. 7th. Oh, Dom's gone round again. Dom's gone round in Schlossgold. That one place that Dom Roberts does not like, and he does it every single time, and he's done it again. This is Dom Roberts' kink in Dom Roberts' armour. If he had a kink, this is where it is. If he had the RedBull track map on it, this is where the bullet hole would be. He did it in qualifying, and he's done it again. Oh, he was lucky to keep it out of that barrier, I tell you, for Don Roberts, because that could have been drastically worse. And I believe that is going to be Don Roberts' tyres. He's going to have to look at going in with just over 24 minutes remaining. But I go on the mediums if you're losing tyres, so go in. Because he has dropped a lot of time on Chris Hitchin. And he's still losing time as well. 3.7 seconds now for Heiko Enzinger. And he's got to be looking at closing up. John Watt is managing to keep Damien G in that 2.7 second gap. So that's really stayed quite steadily as the same. However, Damien G is quicker. I think that Damien's really got to push. Don Roberts is in the pits and back out again. He's changed now onto the mediums. Xander Hill can see Don Roberts, but obviously Xander's still got to pit now. So it's going to be interesting to see what the philosophy Xander Hill can do. Whenever I do that, I hit the wall instantly. Whenever anyone else does it, they're fine. Yeah, Tyler, it is what it is. What can I say? Xander Hill there can see Don Roberts. John Watt is dropping Damien G now, 3 seconds. Chris Hitchin a further 3 seconds behind that. And Heiko Enzinger has now picked up pace. We've gained a second again on Chris Hitchin. We've gained a second back on Chris Hitchin. We was out at 3. It then got under 2. It's now gone back out again. It's back under nearly under 2 seconds again. What is happening to Heiko Enzinger? Was it just a lack of... I don't know, did he have a moment black where he just dropped off? He dropped off nearly 7 tenths. It's absolutely crazy. And now he's quick. It's just very bizarre. What actually happened? Maybe we'll send Silent Racer in. And Silent could go and say to him, what just happened to you? Like, why did you lose so much time and then gain it back again? It's very confusing what happened to Heiko as we come down to nearly under 2 seconds. Heiko Enzinger's at a lap time of 1:08.31 there. He's at 1:09.44 on Chris Hitchin, so he's literally over a second quicker. He's now just over half a second quicker. So he's got to be looking now. He's got a bit between his teeth. Hopefully he just got to keep it on track. Closing up, we can see Chris Hitchin in front of us. It's just a very bizarre thing. I've never seen that loss of time and then that to gain it back. To get it out to 2.5, to get it over 3.7, and now it's back under 2.2 again. It's quite incredible. He's just got to keep it now and keep it on track. Neither of man have pitted. Heiko hasn't pitted, Chris hasn't pitted. Damien G's not, John Watt hasn't, and Xander Hill hasn't pitted either. So he's got to keep it going and keep it on track for the next 22 minutes. We'll see what Heiko can do this time around. Let's see if he's quicker again than Chris Hitchin. I know Chris is on the hard tyre, but he's just gone across the line on a 1:07.95. Chris is quicker by half a second again. It's very bizarre. The loss of gain is like a second and then it goes back out again. It's a very bizarre way, but all the while though, Chris Hitchin is slowly closing onto the back of Damien G. Coming under 3 seconds now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see how that materialises to see if these guys are getting closer to each other, and we'll see what happens. There is Damien G. We'll keep an eye on his sector times to Chris Hitchin. My guy Sire is the deployment modes, James. Attack is worth a good chunk of time but can't be sustained. No, I get the deployment mode. I understand what it does and what it's there for. You know, he's gone out now. He's back out to over 5 seconds, Sire. I think this is where the questionable leads into it. He's just dropped another 2.5 seconds. You know. As we see, Heiko's just gone into the pits. Xander Hill is in the pits as well. This promotes Chris Hitchin up into 4th, Damien G up into 3rd, John Watt, and absolutely incredible, up into 2nd place. So we'll keep an eye on his times. But Duncan Watts, is Duncan going to go out past Heiko now? He is, unfortunately, as Heiko down into 7th place. But let's not forget, Chris Hitchin, Damien G and John Watt have all not pitted. So he's got 2nd, 3rd and 4th who haven't pitted yet. Heiko is back out on track in 7th place. Stuart Brown is behind him in 8th. Don Roberts is just absolutely obliterating at the moment. He's on 105.59. 22 seconds ahead of John Watt, who I believe will be looking at going into the pits over the next couple of laps. We've got just under 19 minutes remaining. So it'll be interesting to see how this materialises. Duncan Roberts, I want to watch him round up into Remus and see how slow he is. Because he has lost. He's now going in there in a very tentative way because he has spun it there a few times. So I'll keep an eye when Don Roberts comes up to that track and we'll see if he's literally taking that corner as slow as what I'm going to presume he will be. But Chris Hitchin slowly closing down Damien G. The gap now 2.5 seconds. Xander Hill behind him in 5th. Obviously 2nd, 3rd and 4th have not pitted. Pit lane times of about 34 seconds. Don Roberts took a 32-second pit stop. Pit lane time, so it was 2 seconds faster than everybody else. But we'll have a look now. There is Don coming up into this corner that he does not like so much. I want to just jump aboard to see how slow he is. A lot slower. Don Roberts is a lot slower through that turn than you would expect him from normally to be. He's now very wary of that turn, and I think that's the thing for Dom. He's got to be looking at just trying to complete the track. You see Damien G from RG Racing got Chris Hitchin behind him. Chris didn't get DRS on that last one, but he is closing him down now. They still haven't pitted a Chris Hitchin, Damien G or John Watt. So we're going to wait for them to go in. Don't forget Chris Hitchin is on the hard tyres. Damien's on medium, so is John. So it's going to be soon, but Heiko Enzinger has got to get a bit of a hurry on. Did a 1.72, his fastest lap of the race last time out. So he's actually flying now, trying to make the gap up on them soft tyres. Dr. Watts on mediums in front of about 6.8 seconds. But we are going to keep an eye on John Watt, who's got to be looking at going into the pits. Very shortly, I believe. He's on the medium tyres as well. Is he going in? He's not going in again. What about Damien G? I don't think Damien's going to head in either, to be honest. That body language. There we go. Oh, he sweeps in at the last moment. Chris Hitchin keeps going down the hill, but the man to follow will be Duncan Watts and see if he can get out in front of Damien G. And so can Heiko Enzinger. So we're going to have to kind of keep an eye on the two of them. But we'll follow Duncan Watts there first. Damien G just coming to a stop, I believe. Car goes up on the jacks. Duncan Watts coming around the last corner. I believe Duncan's going to get him. But is Heiko going to get him? Look on the top right-hand corner of your screen. Why are you still there, Duncan? Damien, Heiko's got him up into 6th as well. Damien G's still sitting in the pits. He's lost another position to Stuart Brown. Well, all in all, though, that's promoted. Heiko Enzinger back up into 6th with Duncan Watts in 5th. Xander Hill in 4th. Chris Hitchin 3rd. Absolutely stunning drive from Chris on them hard tyres. It's the cameras, mate. I've loaded gone onto different cams. It does look really nice tonight, though. I've got to be honest. I do like the cam pack. Chris Hitchin now has got Xander Hill right behind him. There is Xander. Did Xander get DRS? He didn't. John Watt is in. Now this is Duncan Watts' chance. Is John Watt? John Watt stopped. He's coming to a stop now. Done. Up. Tyre change. Soft tyres. Out he goes. Duncan Watts. This is going to be close. This is going to be close between John Watt and Duncan and John Watt and Duncan Watts. There you go on the right hand side. You can see Duncan, they're coming out together. Duncan and John are coming out together. He's up run up into turn 3, up into Remus. Don't forget, John Watt is on them soft tyres. Duncan's on the hard, Duncan's on the medium, sorry. He goes round the outside. John Watt very slow. Will follow this run down. Oh, Duncan Watts has got the position over John, but for how much longer, we do not know. Because look at the shininess of John Watt's tyres. It'll be interesting to see the gap. I'll keep an eye on the gap, but Chris Hitchin is still going round again on them hard tyres. Really pushing him out. He's on lap 28 now, is Chris, so he's really strengthening the length. He's just got to let Xander Hill is going to be coming through on DRS. Is this another let through? Xander Hill on the left-hand side takes it from Chris Hitchin. Different tyre strategies, obviously. But Heiko Hensinger's got the leader, Don Roberts, right up behind him. Duncan Watts has got the ever-closing John. There he is. John Watt, DRS wide open now. In 5th place. Doesn't get it this time. He doesn't get it this time. He's got to be looking at going again. There you go, another dose of DRS for John Watt, closing that gap up very, very rapidly. Doesn't get it there either. So is this going to be a start-finish run for John Watts? As we see Chris Hitchin hanging on to the back of Xander. You know, he's got to be looking at pit lane times of about 34 seconds. If he can get it down to 32, he'll do an absolute barnstorming job. That will put him out. Maybe, if he can lengthen that gap a little bit over Stuart Brown, maybe even jump Heiko Hensinger. Because it's 26 seconds, it's going to be really close. Heiko's got to get a hurry on. Otherwise, when Chris Hitchin goes into the pits, he may not get that position either. But here is John Watts and Duncan Watts going in. It's just not there for John at the moment. He's just not close enough under dirty air that he can really give Duncan Watts an opportunity. Really go and send that car in as they're heading down into Schlossgold now. Let's see if he can close him up on the infield. He's got the soft tyres. Duncan's on the medium, let's not forget. There's the difference in grip. You just saw it there. He closed up on Duncan Watts. He literally closed up 3 tenths on Duncan. There was an off track there. Duncan's looking back, and here we go. Oh, there was a big dose of brakes from John Watt. Running down on the left. This is not going to work. One of them's got to give. Oh, it was Duncan. Duncan gave. Really didn't have much option there for John Watt, but all the while you got the leader, Dominic Roberts, coming round to lap 4th and 5th place. Duncan goes to send it out the inside, hits the brakes. Oh, what has that done to behind? He's lost a lot of time. A lot of time there. Let's have a look, see if we can catch that on board with Duncan, because there's a chunk of time lost. So he goes there, this is where John Watt goes through. He's got that run. Don't forget we've got Don Roberts behind us. But I want to follow Duncan up into Schlossgold, up into Rima, sorry. Because he loses, he goes for the inside line. Doesn't make it. Oh, okay, so if he didn't slow that car down, there was going to be some dramatic Duncan Watts and John Watt injury there, I would have thought, because that would have been just a straight on. But all the while, that's closed. Heiko Hensinger up now within under 1.7 seconds of Duncan Watts. Did he jump Chris Hitchin? Chris is on his way out, I believe. There is Chris. Heiko did it. Heiko did it. He's up into 5th place, jumping Chris Hitchin in the pits. Chris is now on them soft tyres. So Heiko's got to look at defending. Chris picked up a cheeky little bit of DRS coming out of the pits as well. A little bit cheeky there from Chris Hitchin, but is Heiko going to get DRS this time? He's not. Chris Hitchin has got DRS and he's got the soft tyres, which are 8 laps younger than Heiko Enzinger's tyres. So Heiko's got to just try and hang on with Chris Hitchin battling up behind him. Chris is closing, and he's closed quick. Heiko's got to bring Duncan Watts into this battle before Chris Hitchin climbs all over the back of him. I swear he's got to be getting up now. Heiko's got to be looking to getting a big dose of DRS of Duncan Watts to keep him in front of Chris Hitchin, because Chris Hitchin, since this new tyre change, is looking racy. Did Heiko pick it up? He did, but so did Chris. Here we go. We're going too wide into turn one. Oh, Chris thinks about it. Heiko just parks his car in a position that says, go on then, buddy, if you are going to go, we're going to end up having this, because I am going to defend this position. He's got the cheeky DRS again. Chris trying to force him off that inside line. Oh, Chris has sent it. They've sent it. Oh, there's contact on the outside. Tyre to tyre. Heiko Enzinger, Chris Hitchin, tyre to tyre again. On the run down into Schlossgo now. They're tyre to tyre twice. Oh, that was... Chris has gone deep. Oh, Chris Hitchin went in deep. That's allowed Heiko Enzinger through. Let's just see what happened to Chris. We're going down. He's missed his braking. Just sends it in, locking. Oh, Chris Hitchin had a little tyre to tyre with Heiko Enzinger, and now Chris is trying to play catch up. Oh, that's absolutely incredible. I'd like also to point out now, Don Roberts has lapped everybody up to Xander Hill. Lapped everybody up to Xander Hill. So Dom has basically lapped everyone up to basically second place. Absolutely incredible. John Watt, well, I've got to give him credit, up 2 places now from with Crash Test Racing in third. Duncan Watts with the ever looming, ever closing Heiko Enzinger. Chris Hitchin is closing. Stuart Brown has gone off. There is Stuart there. The recovering Stuart Brown from Symphony. But here it is. We've got to be looking at if Duncan's got to try and stay in front of Heiko, and Heiko has got to look at catching up Duncan Watts. Now, last time's out, the Duncan was quicker, 109.9. 109.55, so they've got to be looking at, Heiko's got to be looking to try and close that gap up, because if he doesn't close that gap up, unfortunately, this is going to be a big problem for these guys. You can see the last lap times on screen. 108.143, what did Hitchin do? Chris did a 111. He was obviously, he went off track, didn't he? He had the off track, sorry. We have the off track. Oh, we're going to have to just keep an eye on these 3. Oh, Duncan did not get a good run out of Remus going down into Schlossgo, and Heiko did, unfortunately, Team Ionic closing up onto the back of Duncan Watts. He's got to bring Duncan in play. He's got to bring Duncan in play. We are literally moments away from the last lap of the race, and this is Heiko Enzinger closing up to Duncan Watts at a rapid rate. He's gonna get, is he gonna get it? He's got to get it on the last lap. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm sitting here biting my nails. This is absolutely unbelievable. Don Roberts starts the last lap now. There you go, that's the last lap of the race. But this is Heiko Enzinger's last chance, is this lap. He's got to be looking at trying to close this gap up now, because he's got the looming Chris Hitchin behind him. Here we go. Heiko's, oh no, not this one, not this one. He's going to go for it. He's got to go for it. Heiko Enzinger's going for it up into Remus. DRS wide open on Duncan Watts. He takes the outside line. Is this going to be job done? Oh, there's big defending. Big defending. No, they're free. Oh, Duncan goes round. No, last lap of the race for Duncan Watts. He goes round, but it's Heiko now got to just keep it out from Chris Hitchin. Oh, Chris is closed back up. Here we go, Heiko. If you're ever going to grow him, son, you got to grow him now. Pick him up, stick him in your pocket, run down that last few corners. Is Heiko Enzinger going to take 4th place? Or is Chris Hitchin going to get him going into the last 2 corners? Bite your nails, guys. Here we go. Heiko Enzinger, Team Ionic. Chris Hitchin from FSE. Oh, Chris is gone. No! 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 Oh, no! Chris Hitchin, hit your brakes, sir. Oh, no! What did we just watch? What did we just watch? What? What did I just watch there for Chris Hitchin? I need to go back. What have we just watched? Here's Chris just literally full boring it. Goes up in the air, flips over, and then carries on. What? Hold on a minute. Have a word, Johnny. Coming in, look, Chris Hitchin just full balls it. I have never ever seen that before in my life in an F1 league race. I don't even think I've seen it before in an F1 IRL. What? I have no words. Right. I just, oh no, I just can't, I cannot physically comprehend what we've just witnessed. Okay, so let's bring you up the final, wow, the final positions. Okay, so apparently we're not doing points this week. Just bear with. Let's have a look and see if we can get the final positions there. I really don't know what to say. I'm so confused what I've just watched. Yeah. Well. Wow, that's absolutely incredible. Okay. So what's happening? Why is it doing this again? Why is it doing this? Okay, so let's have a look and see the positions without the thing. Don Roberts taking the win in first place. Xander Hill in second. John Watt in third. Chris Hitchin fourth. Damien G fifth. Heiko Hensinger. Well, he's got him down in sixth. There, Damien G. Duncan Watt seventh. Stuart Brown eighth. Stuart Mill ninth. And Nathan Willoughby 10th. Cy Anthony 11th. Tyler Oldham 12th. Steve Grabowski 13th. Mateus Becerra down in the last lonely 14th position there. Let's see if we can show you the overall championship and see if he wants to play ball. Do you know what? There are times when I don't know. I cannot believe what was that about. I physically have no words. And the reason I have no words is I've never, ever seen that before. Ever. Like, I just couldn't get over what we've just witnessed. It's just been... Okay, for some reason, it's now deleting all points. You have to love certain software that just doesn't like it. Right. No, this is... Okay, so Don Roberts still on 50. Let's see if we can actually get this to update. This would be absolutely amazing. I'm in physical astoundment. Literally, I've never been speechless before, but I literally am, because it's just something incredible that you just wouldn't think what to do. Like, you know, you've never seen that kind of driving before, and I would never expect it again. Do you know what I mean? I think I I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so it's just, that was just incredible driving. James words. I really don't know what to say, Stuart, because it was such an incredible maneuver that I think just to have that there was just crazy, because we've not seen that. I don't know what that was. I'm not quite sure. Let's see if we can have another look, and if anybody can come up with a solution why we had this, please let me know, because no, I need to go further back. It's this one here. He just full balls it. And I can't work out what that was. And to not give the position, I feel like doing an F1 sports program here, guys, because I'm not gonna lie, that really stumped me. Why? Like, I could sit here and analyse this. I could literally do it all again. I just think, what was the purpose of it? Because there's no lift. Look, he lives, but he's just. I don't know if that was Heiko slow or Chris fast. I'm confused. Let's have a listen. What was it? I couldn't hear nothing, and that's the thing. I think Chris Hitchin has never shown. Look, it's just straight in. The last corner. Did he park it though? Try and catch it on board with Heiko, but I just don't know what to say. He's not going that slow though, Johnny. He's not going that slow, and I think that's the worrying thing. Go sixth. He's taking it in sixth gear. You still clearly can't drive through somebody. I don't know. Chat, what do you think? What do you think? Hate Fury 101 sounds like the downshift protection kicked in, to be honest. Can't wait to see the inputs in the protest replay. Well, I just cannot, like, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. So if anybody is here for the first time, who are we saying doesn't press the throttle though, Johnny? Are we saying Heiko doesn't? Listen, he lives. Oh, I get what you mean, but I'm going to shut up a minute. Let's have a listen. Is that though just not is that Chris Hitchin just not expecting him to be there? Because to be fair, when you listen to both, they're both doing the same thing. Yeah, I know, but Chris isn't that way, is he? He's never aggressive. He might be sorry. He might be worth keeping. He might be, but I just don't know. I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just racing incident. I've never seen in all the time I've been sat here doing the UKSR stuff. I have never seen Chris Hitchin ever have a bad bone in his body for another person. And I don't believe, and I'm going to put it out there, and I'm still not going to believe that regardless of how Heiko and Chris was being squeezed on each other up the run up to Remus and on the run down to Schlossgold, I still don't believe that would have enforced Chris Hitchin on the last lap or the last corner to go intentionally up into the back. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying. I don't know how they both got over the line, but it was just incredible. So I'm not sending out the blame. I don't think there was a blame. I think Heiko was trying to get around the last corner. Chris did the same thing. Wasn't expecting Heiko to be there. As you say, the downshift, could it be the downshift to protect? No, it wasn't intentional. Chris has never, ever done anything like that intentionally. I would never, ever sit here and say it was intentional. Not on the last lap and not on the last corner. But, you know, there's blame, but whether or not there's blame in either direction, we don't know. Yes, Heiko come out the corner. He changed down. It did kill his speed. But the problem is that neither man had accelerated up to the point of when they made contact. Heiko hasn't accelerated. Chris was rolling into the corner as well. There was no acceleration from Chris Hitchin into the back. It was literally, he's just rolled. That was it. Exactly. You've got to look at the inputs, and unfortunately, I can't give you all of that information. I do not have a... At least they both finished. This is also true. At least they did finish. You know, it was just a bizarre way of ending the race. I just feel it was a bizarre way. You know, Heiko's registering down in 6th, so maybe Damien G got the jump there. He's got 5th place. Chris Hitchin got 4th. Did Heiko suffer a penalty? Maybe that's it. So there you go. But Chris Hitchin 4th, Dom Roberts 1st, Xander Hill 2nd. So we'll have to have a look. I'm sure the stewards will have a look at that after the race, guys. So there you go. What have we got coming up? Well, I got no broadcast over the weekend, guys. We haven't got the GT3, but we have got Hockenheim next Friday. So tune in for that. I believe the MX-5s are back on track again this Wednesday. So that broadcast will be after next weekend. It will be on Monday. Unfortunately, I can't broadcast it live, so we will do the replay broadcast like we normally do. So that will be on the following Monday, okay? But next week, we're back into F1. No GT3 this week. They're on an off week. F1 at Hockenheim is going to be absolutely outstanding. So, you know, let's just tune in. We'll keep an eye on what the stewards the decision was made. Don't think it was intentional results to move Heiko to podium. No, I don't think. I don't know. Heiko wouldn't have got the podium anyway. Because he was still behind. So I'm not quite sure how it promoted Damien G. So I'll have to have a look. But for now, guys, all really that's left for me to say is now I've actually got something to say, because there was just pure moments of silence. I didn't really have a clue what to say after witnessing what we just witnessed on the last lap, on the last corner of the Red Bull Ring. And I think, considering the amount of cars that we had finished, it was still an absolutely epic race. So much love to all the drivers for continuing to race all the way through. You are absolutely incredible. But really, guys, all that's left for me to say now is just take care. Have a great week. And you never know, I might see you on the track sometime.